I'm Carol Hunter. I worship at Zion Lutheran Church. And these last few days or weeks, we've been thinking about God's creation story. Did you guys you do any object printing with fruit or vegetables? That was really fun last week. But this week you caught me working on something else. You see, on day 4, God did something extraordinarily special. He already had light, but he decided that he needed a light for the day and another light for the night. And I was thinking about how much I like the sunshine and how much I like the moonlight. So I decided to make a folder. I'm not finished with it yet, but I'm working on it. I'll show you how I got started. I had a kind of a big piece of paper, but it doesn't matter what size paper you have. You can do it with like a piece of paper like this size, or you can do it with a big piece of paper. So the first thing I did was took my blue paper, because that's the one I want to make for the sun, and I folded it in half, just like that. And then I got a center line. Can you see it there? I got a crease right down the center, and that helps me know how to fold my next side. I want to fold this side over till it touches the center line, and then I want to fold the other side over till it touches the center line. And now I got like a little notebook, a little folder. And then I made it so it's just big enough to hold this dark piece of paper, because you know what's going to go on this? Not the sun. The moon, because the moon comes out at night when it's dark. So first thing I did was I folded my paper, and then I took a piece of yellow paper and I cut out a circle. I used a plate to make the circle. And then I did something really weird. I folded the circle in half and glued it down. And then I cut it like that, so that my circle would match. There's my sun. So I'm going to write that on here. Sun. And I'm going to write down here, day. Because the sun comes out in the day. Sun and day. Now, if you wanted to, you could make your sun even more special. You could put rays coming out of it, and you could do a lot of things. I might do that too, but right now I want to concentrate on my moon page. So you should have a piece of paper like this. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that moon shape right there? And then some stars. So I cut out my moon, and I glued her down right there. And then I cut out my stars, and I glued them on the paper. But I didn't think it looked sparkly enough. I didn't think the stars looked, well, anyway, that's when I remembered I could glitter. So I got out a little bit of glue and my Q-tip. See, I don't have much glue in there, because you don't need a lot of glue to stick glitter down. And I dipped my Q-tip in. And then I'm just going to make dots of glue, kind of all over my paper. Because I'm thinking about the dots with the glitter on them. They're going to look like stars far away in the sky. I think they're going to be cool looking. And sometimes I made this like crazy streaky looking thing, because I was thinking that maybe looked like, I don't know, the Milky Way, or I don't know, some big cluster of stars. So I got my glue down. I got my glitter right here. I'm going to open it. And I'm just taking a pinch. It's very fine, and it's a little bit hard to work with, but man, I like it. Get it in there. Just kind of keep sprinkling it on the gluey parts. It gets on the other parts too, and that's okay. I'll show you how to take care of that without making too big of a mess. But you might have to vacuum after you do this craft. Get on there. I'm just going to do a little bit more. All right. Oh, I got one more place I didn't glitter. If you skip a place and you don't get glitter on it, don't worry. The glue will dry clear. Now, real carefully over my paper, I'm just going to kind of wiggle it around a little bit. And then, do you see I have this trash can here? It's because I'm going to take my glittery paper and I'm going to shake it off. And now you can see where the glue was, the glitter stayed on. Where there wasn't any glue, the glitter came off, went straight into my trash can. I got a little bit on the table too, but that's okay. So now I'm going to put a little glue on this. I'm not going to close it up too much right now because the wet glue is still kind of wet. I'm just going to put some glue here. Put a big X in the middle. And then I'm going to glue this down. And then I'm going to let it dry. And when it's all dry, I can close it up. And you know what? I think I'm going to pretend like this is my book. This is my day and night book. And I'm not going to really write too many words on it. Nah. But when I look at it, I'm going to think about all the things God made and all the things that I can do. Some I can do in the day, some I can do at night. So on this one, I'm going to put moon and stars, because they're the light of the night. Moon and stars, night. My glue isn't dry yet, so it won't stick down, but that's okay. I'm going to let that sit right there. And then I want to make one more thing with you guys today. Remember I talked about how I want to use this book to help remind me of all the things God made and all the things I can do at the day and the night. So in your packet, you should have gotten some paper like this, a blue paper and a black paper. And you should have gotten a piece of paper that looks like this. It's got a sun and a moon on it. And then it's got kids doing all kinds of different things. So I cut my paper. Whoops. So I have two kind of skinny pieces of paper. I just cut the paper in half. It worked out fine. And then I glued the sun on the blue one and the moon on the black one, because the sun comes out in the day when the sky is blue, and the moon comes out at night when the sky is dark. And then, and you know what, I think this would be much better if I colored it. I like the way this sun looks all colored, but I haven't gotten to color all these yet. But it doesn't matter. I can color more after I glue them. And you could color them before you glue them. You can do it however you want. But anyway, I'm going to look at these pictures and then I'm going to decide. Do I do this in the day or do I do this at night? So let me cut this out. You just cut on the dark line. Now this one's kind of easy-ish. Ooh, can you see this little girl? Let me show her to you. Just let me get her cut out. I maybe should have done this before we started the video, but it's fun to do it. I like to cut. See that little girl? She's sleeping. I sleep at night. So I'm going to glue this one on the dark paper with the moon. Now maybe you take a nap. That's in the day. You could glue it on the day if you wanted, if that's when you sleep. There she goes. And this one is a little bit tricky. I think it could be either place. Let's talk about this for just a second. See this little child? She's sitting down to eat. Looks like she's asking the blessing, doesn't it? Maybe she's eating lunch and that's in the day. Maybe she's eating dinner and that's at night. I don't know. But I think it looks like she's having dinner. Because I usually have like chicken and mashed potatoes and peas for dinner, not for lunch. Usually for lunch I just have like a sandwich or something. But you could have this for lunch. If you wanted to glue it on the sunny side, you could. Because it could be something you did in the day. Alrighty. Now this one, I think this one for sure is a daytime thing. You see what you think. There's a lot of reasons why it could be in the day. And there maybe are some reasons it could be at night too. It's your work, so you have to decide where it goes. I think that little boy's getting dressed. And that's what I do first thing in the morning. So I'm going to put the person getting dressed, the little boy getting dressed, on the sunny side. The daytime. Oh, here's one I really like. It's something that I really remember doing when I was a little girl. I don't know if kids do this anymore. I wonder, when you guys go out to play, do you ever ride bicycles? Like, Jack, do you have a bike? Or Hampton and Eleanor, you might have bikes. But did anybody ever have a tricycle? That was the kind of bike I started riding when I was a little girl. I don't see kids ride tricycles so much anymore, but maybe they do. I don't know. But anyway, definitely ride your tricycle outside in the day, because if you ride it at night, it's too dark and too dangerous. That has to go on the day. All right, well, you get what to do, right? You're going to look at all the pictures, you're going to cut them out, and you're going to figure out where they go, day or night. But now I'm going to do one more thing. And this is the thing that I'm really excited about. Because I know that on this day, God worked really hard to give us a day and a night. He gave us the sun and the moon and the stars. And he wants us to fill up that time singing his praises and doing his work. So I thought I could make this into a door tag. So I glued the two sides together. Did you see that? I mean, first I'd finish gluing all this stuff down, but you already know that. And I'm going to punch a hole in the top. Ooh. And then I'm going to get a little piece of yarn. And I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to push the half through the circle, the hole I made. And then I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to slip the two ends through. And now I can tie this onto my door. And when I'm awake, I can show all the things I do when I'm awake. And when I'm asleep, I can turn it around and show all the things. Well, not asleep, but at night. I can show all the things I do at night. Don't you think it will be fun to have that on my bedroom door? I do. I'm excited for that. I bet you'll be busy today. Be careful with that glitter, because it can get kind of messy. Remember all the things that we can do day and night to share God's love. Let's have a prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for the sun. It helps our plants grow. It keeps us warm. Thank you for the moon and the stars. They give us light at night. Thank you for our time on earth. Help us be good friends to all the things you made, all the people, and all the plants, and all the animals. Keep us safe. Amen.